What if one of Europe's greatest archaeological mysteries has been hiding in plain sight all along? High in the mountains of Bosnia stands a massive stone wall that has puzzled historians for more than 2 centuries. Even today, experts continue debating who built it, when it was built, and how such enormous stones were moved into place without modern technology. The deeper researchers look, the more questions appear. And by the end of this video, you'll see why this forgotten fortress continues to challenge everything we think we know about the ancient world. At first glance, the site looks like the remains of an ordinary hilltop fortress, but a closer look changes everything. Stretching across the rocky ridge is a wall built from gigantic blocks of stone, carefully shaped and fitted together without mortar. Despite standing for thousands of years through storms, earthquakes, and changing climates, many sections remain remarkably solid. This style of construction is known as polygonal or cyclopean masonry. The name comes from ancient Greek legends that claimed only giant cyclopes could have lifted stones this large. While that story belongs to mythology, it reflects how extraordinary these structures appeared, even to people living thousands of years ago. What makes this Bosnian wall truly mysterious is its supposed age. Most archaeologists connect the visible fortress to the Daorsi, an ancient Illyrian people who lived in the region during the 4th and 3rd centuries BC. The Daorsi were skilled traders with strong links to the Greek world. They imported luxury goods, adopted the Greek alphabet, and even produced their own coins. That explanation sounds reasonable, until you examine the architecture. The massive stonework resembles much older Bronze Age fortresses found in Greece, especially famous sites like Mycenae and Tiryns. Those cities were built centuries before the Daorsi flourished. By the time the Bosnian fortress was supposedly constructed, this building tradition had largely disappeared. So the obvious question becomes, where did this knowledge come from? Some historians believe local builders may have adapted older techniques through cultural contact. Others argue that the fortress may include sections built much earlier than previously believed. Since stone itself cannot be carbon dated, determining the exact construction date is far more difficult than many people realize. Archaeologists usually date ancient walls by studying objects discovered nearby, such as pottery, coins, or tools. But those discoveries only tell us when people were living at the site, not necessarily when the first stones were placed. A fortress can be occupied for centuries, repaired many times, and reused by different civilizations. That possibility opens an entirely new chapter of the mystery. Evidence suggests the hill where the fortress stands was occupied long before the Daorsi arrived. Excavations revealed imported Greek pottery, bronze helmets, luxury goods, and beautifully crafted jewelry. Researchers also found evidence that the city operated its own mint, producing coins featuring local rulers. These discoveries paint a picture of a prosperous and well-organized society connected to trade routes across the Adriatic Sea. One fascinating detail appears on many of those coins: ships. Although the fortress sits high above the surrounding landscape, its people clearly maintain close ties with coastal commerce. Rivers connected the mountains to the sea, allowing trade networks to flourish across the ancient Balkans. Another remarkable discovery is a carved stone relief showing Cadmus and Harmonia, legendary figures from Greek mythology associated with serpents. Ancient traditions claim these heroes eventually settled among the Illyrians after leaving Greece. For archaeologists, the carving offers valuable insight into how ancient people understood their own origins and cultural identity. Rather than proving myths as historical fact, it demonstrates how legends, local traditions, and neighboring civilizations became intertwined over centuries. Eventually, however, the city's story came to a dramatic end. During Rome's expansion into the Balkans in the 1st century BC, conflict spread across the region. Historical sources indicate the settlement was destroyed during military campaigns, and unlike many ancient cities, it was never fully rebuilt. That unusual fate preserved the ruins almost like a time capsule. Was this fortress built by the Daorsi alone, or does it preserve the work of an even older civilization hidden beneath history? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed exploring this incredible archaeological mystery, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey into the world's greatest unsolved historical secrets. Until next time, keep asking questions, because sometimes the oldest stones still have the newest stories to tell.